Between Pesach and Shavuot, we have a tradition to learn Pirke Avot, that section from the Mishnah, which helps us refine our character, grow in our religious and ethical commitments. And so this week, we're in chapter 2 of Pirke Avot. Looking at Mishnah 5, we meet Hillel, that famous Hillel the Elder, and we learn from him the following: Al tifrosh minat tzibur. Do not separate yourself from the community. Reflecting on that Mishnah, Rabbi Lau, who wrote a 3-volume commentary on Pirke Avot, a wonderful set of comments and explanations of our Mishnayot in Pirke Avot, brings a story of Rabbi Simcha Bunim of Pshiska. If a person would pay with a handful of coins, among which one of those coins is worn away a little, the seller doesn't object. However, if he should attempt to buy something with that coin alone, it might well be rejected. Now, we know coins get bent. We know that there are even in older coins, partial coins. They get twisted, moved out of shape, punched, clipped, plugged, fused, defaced. But we might think about this idea that amidst and among a handful of coins, that coin still really matters, adds to the value, allows one to really connaître, one to acquire that which the heart desires. The same is true for public prayer. Sometimes we come and we're not entirely there. Our kavanah, our intention is not full. We don't know if we could pray this morning. We don't exactly know what we want to pray in between the words of the liturgy. We might not be able to get onto the same page as the rest of those praying with us. But when we physically add ourselves to the minyan, despite feeling a little bit twisted and out of shape and not exactly there and not fully committed with our kavanah, with our intention, when we are part of the keva, when we are part of the established group, the established liturgy speaks to us by way of, this is the experience that I'm adding value towards and that from which I hope to gain. We then say, we've fulfilled Hillel's teaching, Al tifrosh minat tzibur. Don't separate from the community. In our age of virtual spaces, communal prayer through Zoom and other synchronous meeting software, we're able to think a little bit more about what it means to constitute a minyan, to create a prayer quorum, and to create group presence on these lines through these computer platforms by reflecting a little bit more deeply on Hillel's teaching and Rabbi Simcha Bunim's observations about coins. Why have we asked people to share their faces in real time and not just post a picture of themselves, a screenshot, let's say, and put it up on the collection of Zoom boxes? Why is it that we hope that participants will move beyond just the telephone lines and share their images, even if they're not exactly dressed for the opera? We ask for that because, like that coin that was among the others, there is a physical reality. There's a physical collection that creates value when it comes to coins. But what do we have to offer in terms of creating that value in this virtual space? We have our presence, that is our bodily presence, if not our voices and raising our song during Minyan. Our bodily presence through the virtual space and the mediation of synchronous software makes a significant difference for being able to, what we can consider in the spiritual marketplace, acquiring our prayer quorum, acquiring the kind of togetherness that we seek in order to create the community. And so it is that during this period of the pandemic, we've begun to think more deeply about what it means, what Hillel meant, al tifrosh min hatzibur. Don't separate yourself from the community. What is it that I offer of myself and to others? And how do I connect to fulfill one of the most significant obligations we have as Jews, to walk through the gateways of our synagogues, either physically, three-dimensionally, or virtually. Here I am before one of the synagogues, the archaeological site in the Golan Heights. I can imagine our sages each walking through the doors. I would imagine their surprise at how we are creating Jewish life, conceiving of Jewish space in our time. But it's our zechut, it's our privilege, we merit to apply the lessons of our ancient sages to our lives today. Am Yisrael Chai. Here we are celebrating Jewish life, walking through our own new kinds of lintels and gateways to create prayer life and communal life in our time. Shabbat Shalom and Chazak v'Amatz. Next week, Pirke, chapter 3 of Pirke Avot.